Hey everyone, this is Holly from Hot Humble Pie, and today's video is all about Dollar Tree's Peel and Stick wallpaper. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, I'd love it if you click that button. For this project, I'm working with Dollar Tree's little decorative boxes that you find in the party section, but I'm just showing you what a cute print that is and how if you really wanted to do a quick DIY, like under a 1 minute, you could get these Dollar Tree candlestick holders that have the same color. Look at that. See how it beautifully blends? And you could just glue it on the top and use it for different storage containers. Like you literally could do this DIY in under 2 minutes probably. And I'm reversing it here so you can see what it looks like when I put the candlestick that way with the color. I guess it's like a little aquamarine color there. Anyway, that's not what we're doing today, but I did think that was a cute idea. And if you're someone who really likes it fast and furious, that's another option for you. But we're doing the peel and stick wallpaper, and I found this one and I thought it looked so pretty. It looks like, to me, faux cement, or could easily be substituted for that. So I'm just cutting and measuring it so that it's going to cover that little cylinder box perfectly. And we're using this slide cut here. And now I'm going to peel the back off. And I did leave about maybe 3 inches at the top, and you'll see why here in a minute. So I took my scissors and started cutting downwards into that paper because I do want some of this to go on the inside so it looks like the entire thing is faux cement, I guess. Not that you would see it that much depending on what you put in this, but I just feel like it looks better. And of course you could paint the inside or line it with fabric. That's another option, or put more of this peel and stick wallpaper on the inside entirely. But for what I'm going to use it for, it's going to be just fine for this purpose. The next thing I used were these wood stakes from Dollar General, but you can also buy them at Walmart, and of course make sure they're straight because that makes them a lot easier to craft with. But we're going to go ahead and take my little trusty saw here and cut them down. So I'm just measuring here, and this is definitely something I did by eye. So it depends on how big you want your stand to be. You know, I wanted mine, I'm making a little stand here for this, but I'm making mine where it's kind of snugged up. This is why I chose, the next thing I'm going to do is cut the little sides, but I chose to cut the sides separately so that I could make them snug up against the container. And I'm showing you here too, when you use this little saw, the blade, it's at its highest level. You can adjust the height of the blade. It's up as high as it goes. And with the garden stakes, you do have to rotate it around because it's not high enough to cut all the way through. I think these are probably like maybe a little over 1/2 inch thick, and so it's just not meant to go that high, but it's no big deal. You just rotate your little stick around and you can still cut them. And then I took some antique wax and I stained them and I put them in a bowl, and we're just taking a blow dryer here and blow drying them so we can keep moving. Next, I'm going to use hot wood glue. So this is wood glue that's actually hot. It melts from Bonder, and we're going to be gluing the little pieces on the top here. And another thing you could do when you make this project is you could consider making the cross at the bottom, which is the base, shorter, and then making the sides longer and gluing them on the side end instead of on top of the end. I chose to do it on top because I felt like I had a little more control to get the sizing right so it would be nice and snug. And then I just glued the whole thing together, and look at this. It's going to be a perfect fit. Look at that. I've also seen people make this out of the towering wooden blocks from Dollar Tree. That looks just as nice. You could do that as well. I added some onion grass, right? And this is still such a hot trending look right now. I have this in one of my bathrooms on the bathroom counter, but it would make a great shelf sitter. You could put it on an entry table in a kitchen, anywhere that you need some high-end home decor. I think this would even make a pretty outdoor DIY myself. I mean, you couldn't put it under where there's water, but if you have a covered patio or a covered porch, this would look so elegant outside as well. Let me know what you think. I found this super cute sea turtle tray at the Dollar Tree. It's new. As you can see, it says highly durable, heavy weight. It's really nice. It was $1.25. At first when I found it, I thought it might be a $3 item, but nope, $1.25. So for those of you that are into the nautical or coastal, this is a great idea. So here's my peel and stick for this project. This peel and stick, I think, goes well. It pairs up really well with coastal, an Italian or Mediterranean vibe, that kind of thing. I think it pairs up really well with that. So today we're doing nautical, and of course I'm cutting, I'm measuring it, That's a trick. And to get it nice and even, I did end up folding it in half like this to make sure the ends were together. And I don't know if you noticed too, I'm using those clamps from the Dollar Tree. Those are so helpful when you cut these. These tend to slip. They're not like paper where they stay still and you can pinch them with your hands. You really have to clamp them so they don't wiggle. The first time I didn't clamp, and this is why I'm having to cut again. Now, it turned out it was too big for what I'm going to do next, so I had to cut again regardless. But you could see on the far side there on the right how it was kind of crooked, and that's because it slipped. So do clamp these when you're cutting them if you're going to do it double layered. And then I did choose a utility knife to do the rest because I did get a cleaner cut that way. And I'm just kind of measuring them out here to get them all ready to wrap these candles up. These are Dollar Tree electric candles. They are so versatile. I love these. I should do a whole video on these. I absolutely love these candles. They are so much fun. And I just wrap them up. You can see what I'm doing there. It's nice and smooth. We have 2 of them. And then to make this kind of level up a little bit, I grabbed some of these pebbles. They're decorative accents, and we're just going to dump them in the tray. That's it. So in the end, you don't really see the sea turtles. You just see the little nautical decor around the side. You know, like, I guess if that would be like little plants maybe under the ocean. And you could skip this part if you want. I just thought it added a lot. And I found this little rose that lights up. Now, I can't find my coastal decor box. I have a box full of seashells and all this stuff, but when we moved, I can't find it. So I'm kind of making it up here just to make it a little nautical. I took some greenery and then I had some of that ribbon that looks a little bit like a net. And look at this. This is so pretty. I could picture this on a lone table in the corner in a bathroom where you have decorative soap or bath oils or bottles of perfume, because that little rock actually is a great little place to lay things on top of, and they kind of sink into it. So I don't know, it would be pretty. Little genie type bottles of perfume. Could you picture that? Or bath oils? How pretty that would be. And of course, I always think bathroom with nautical, but some people do nautical all throughout their home. So you could get really creative with this one, but I love this one. Let me know what you think. Oh, this one was fun. For this one, I just used one of these cutting boards that I grabbed during the fall season. I grabbed a bunch of them because I love cutting board crafts. I think they're fun. They're a fun base just to work with. So I'm cutting off the rope, and I did wet this. That's why some of the paper peeled off there. I did wet this to remove the sign on the front there. And then I am cutting out this, so this is it, you guys. Look at this butterfly one. It's absolutely gorgeous. All of the Dollar Tree peel and sticks are absolutely beautiful. It really does depend on your home decor, but some of them are challenging to make into home decor, if that makes sense. So I looked at this one and I thought, you really do just scream spring. I mean, what else? You're not going to do Christmas with this? So I thought this is gorgeous for Easter or spring. So I thought that's what we're going to go with. This is a beautiful piece of peel and stick. So, and I don't know if it shows on camera, but the butterflies are iridescent too. So it's really pretty. So I just measured, stuck it down, cut the little hole out, and then we have this free printable I designed. So this will be down below in my description box for you guys. It says Happy Easter here. Like I said, we're going to go with it. And I used this wood round here, which was $1.25 from the Dollar Tree. You can see right there. You can also get those at Walmart. Oh, you know what? I beg your pardon. This was from Walmart, but you can get them at Dollar Tree now. But this is $1 at Walmart. So I got a bunch of those from Walmart. And we're back to our Happy Easter sign. I painted this white because at first I was going to use the see-through tissue paper method that I show. And I thought, no, I think I want to actually take the time and get this to look like it's painted on. Just a little extra effort. It's not hard to do. Old school, works like a charm. You just take a pencil, you scribble the back of the letters, and then you take a pen and you trace it. You could also use good old-fashioned carbon paper for this, available on Amazon. And I really had to zoom in there, you guys, because I didn't realize my head was stuck in the picture. I am so sorry about that. So excuse the hair. I have a monitor where I watch myself crafting. It projects my camera onto it so I can make sure that I don't do stupid things like stick my head in the camera, and it actually broke. I just bought another one, but for this one DIY, I was just filming, not really knowing where I was, so there was quite a bit of the head in the camera. But I take and I outline everything in a permanent marker, and then I just fill it in with black paint. Now I took these Easter eggs, and they were a perfect match for the peel and stick paper. I mean, it was almost like it was made to be. The peel and stick paper is all aquamarine, lavender, white. Look at that. So I was going to use 5 here. I did end up deciding on 4 because I thought 5 made it a little too bottom heavy. Let me know what you think in the comments if you think I should glue the other 2 eggs on. But I cut them in half using a utility knife. I glue this sign down, and then I'm just going to glue the eggs down on the bottom. And it just ends up being a super cute, I mean, look at that. For Easter, that would be so pretty hanging on your wall or just somewhere where you need a little bit of Easter decor. It matches the peel and stick perfectly. It is so spring. And look at that, just screams spring. It's so happy. So that's what we have so far. And then I'm going to go ahead and make a raffia bow for this. I just tie some raffia right here. I'm just tying it into a bow, and then I'm going to glue it on the top. Next, I'm going to take my scissors and just trim it up a little bit so it's not covering the wording. And the last thing I'm going to do is take one of these purple flowers to tie it in with the purple butterflies and just glue it in the middle of the raffia bow, and we're all done. And now you have a beautiful, unique piece of Easter decor using Dollar Tree peel and stick paper. I love this one. I think it is so happy. I'd love to know what you guys think. Should I glue more eggs on it? Should I have left the eggs off? I just felt like I'd like to take a quick break to thank Her Body for sponsoring today's video. So friends, let's talk about perimenopause and menopause. For many of us ladies, this can be a roller coaster. Hot flashes that make you feel like you're melting, mood swings that have us crying over nothing, and sleep, ha ha ha. You're like, what is that? So what can you do about it? It's a real struggle. Her Body Meno Botanical Extract Blend is really awesome. Honestly, it can be a lifesaver. This is a hormone-free supplement, and it's like a hug in a bottle. It's packed with clinically studied ingredients like ashwagandha, KSM-66, soy isoflavones, and black cohosh to tackle the hot flashes, night sweats, mood swings, and even that stubborn hormonal weight gain. Plus, it's got flaxseed and milk thistle for liver support. It's so awesome. What I love is how holistic it is. It's vegan, non-GMO, gluten-free, cruelty-free, and it has no junky fillers. You just take 2 capsules a day, and after 2 or 3 months, you'll start sleeping better, feeling calmer, and just more like yourself. Click the link https://quiz.herbody.com/hot-humble-pie and enter the code HOTHumblePie10 to get up to 10% off of Her Body Meno. Your body will thank you. That was a nice extra touch that tied in the paper with the season. Again, I would love to hear from you in the comments. For this project, we are going to be using 2 Dollar Tree peel and stick papers, and these are the designs I went with. And then I grabbed some foam that I got in a packing box. So if you don't have foam, you could use the Dollar Tree signs and either add 2 of them together and glue them together with painter sticks, or you could just use a piece of scrap wood. I'm using foam. Love to work with foam when I can because foam is so lightweight. It doesn't fall off your wall. You know what I mean? It's so easy to work with. So again, I'm cutting everything, clamping everything, but here's the trick with this one. I definitely am just cutting it down to different shapes. You know, I'm using the same paper. I don't know if you noticed that I'm putting both of those papers on top of each other, and then I'm cutting them in the same exact shapes so that we can do like a puzzle basically and put this all back together. And if you are one of my audience members that love the contemporary looks that I do here in modern home decor, this is going to be perfect. It's an abstract piece because if we're keeping it real here, you guys, these are abstract prints. So there's only so much you can do with this and then keep it in a theme so it still looks like beautiful home decor. I mean, you can't go and do a rustic piece with these prints. It's just not going to work. But if you love glam or you love modern, contemporary, there's a bunch of different names for it, this is going to be a perfect decor piece for you. And one of the favorite hacks that I love to do, it's so simple, is when you're working with foam, because you don't want the sides to show, right, because it will look cheap, you just use masking tape. It's paper, and then you can pounce some paint on the side. You could add a little baking soda to your paint too, so it has a little texture to it. The paint, or the tape will crinkle just a little bit, but I actually love that with the texture. I think it looks professional. I've seen things like that in home decor stores like Home Goods before, where the frames actually look like that. And so I'm just pouncing my little paint right there on the side on top of the masking tape that I put down, and then I'm wiping it off the front, and this is what we end up with. This to me is a beautiful abstract piece if you're into modern home decor. You could even add a little lightweight sconce on the front to hold a lightweight candle or light, like push light from Dollar Tree. I think this is gorgeous. And think about if you did them all in different shapes and sizes. You could do a whole wall art, like above your couch or above your bed. You could add mirrors to it. I mean, you could really get creative. And of course, if you're into rustic decor, you could add this with using different vinyl peel and sticks, right? You would do the wood ones or warm textures, but let me know which one was your favorite in today's video. Some of these are challenging. I'm going to keep it real here, you guys. They're challenging to make into home decor. They're easy for backsplashes or inside a drawer because that's what they're made for, but I love challenges, and I think all of these came up so pretty. I'd love to know what you guys think, and of course, if you enjoyed today's video, here's another one I think you'll enjoy watching next.